Never in my life have I seen such blatant and irresponsible booking on a WWE broadcast ever. Nothing has ever been as bad as what I just witnessed. What the fuck was that? What did we just see? Are they serious with this? This is the biggest mistake I have ever seen them make, and it makes zero sense. Zero. It helps nobody. It does not help John Cena. It does not help Baron Corbin. It doesn't help Jinder Mahal. It doesn't help the World Championship match. It doesn't help the Money in the Bank contract. This is fucking ridiculous. They essentially have buried Baron Corbin tonight. Do you guys understand what you just seen? Do you understand all the little things that matter most that happen? It's not just about him losing the Money in the Bank. It's the reason and the way he lost Money in the Bank. The reason, I don't fucking know. I don't even think they know. And the person who made this call needs to be immediately removed from their station, because this is the biggest evidence that I could ever show you guys to showcase the point that many of us in the YWC WWE community here on YouTube are trying to bring to light, which is the WWE is going under. They don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore, and there is no more clearer example than this, and we are going to talk about it, fired up and all, right here, right now. And you know what? I don't even want this fucking logo up here. I don't even want to look at the SmackDown logo while we do this, because it's just going to make me more fucking angry. Right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. I am fucking mad.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
I just don't get it. Why? Why would they do this to him? Why would they do this to him? Who did Baron Corbin piss off in WWE Creative for them to just fucking totally destroy everything they've been building towards for him? You gave him new theme music. You gave him a new background entrance. You built him up as the Money in the Bank contract winner. You gave him a series of matches with Shinsuke Nakamura. You gave him this feud now with John Cena. And you take it all away. And not only do you take it all away, but in the process of taking it all away, you make the guy look absolutely worthless. Worthless. And all the work that you guys did on this character and for this guy is immediately negated. It doesn't matter what the fuck your plans are for SummerSlam this coming Sunday, because nothing will allow him to recover from the disaster that has befallen him tonight on SmackDown Live. And we're going to try to talk about all of it. I mean, this has made me forget about most of the show as of this moment. We're going to have to go through it back together. My name is Nick Nightmare. Thank you for joining us here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. This is my boy Blue, the Snowball Microphone, who doesn't even want to be called Blue tonight, because the Blue brand is absolutely fucking trash. It is a travesty. It is an embarrassment. It is a fucking disgrace what they did tonight to Baron Corbin. There is never been before such an irresponsible way to try to book a talent to get them over. Did they just automatically decide that we're just not going to do this with him? I need to know why, because this is fucking ridiculous. Baron Corbin comes out in the middle of this useless match between Jinder Mahal and John Cena, and ends up causing fucking chaos in the match, right? This is after Jinder Mahal suffers the attacks of 2 AAs, one of 2 of them from the top fucking rope. The guy could not even get back to his feet. Baron Corbin was walking around ringside, being all arrogant, walking up the ramp, all the way up to the Titantron, before he decided, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cash in the Money in the Bank, and I'm going to do it right now. And in all the fucking time it took for him to get back to the ring, give the ref the briefcase, have them have their fucking 3-minute conversation and a cup of coffee. Why don't you get some fucking donuts from Fandango in the back and have it while you discuss what do we do with the Money in the Bank? What the hell took them so long to ring the bell? That's A. And then B, you got John Cena hitting his cue too early. We already seen him on camera, sitting there waiting to interfere before the refs even decided to finish their little fucking luncheon on the side of the ring. And then what do we get? We get the obvious finish now that John Cena is going to distract Baron Corbin. And I immediately assumed that the delay in the ringing of the bell and the nonsense with the referees discussing the Money in the Bank and what to do in this scenario was to allow Cena to get to Baron Corbin and stop the cash-in from even happening altogether, which would have been infinitely better. Infinitely better, because at least Baron Corbin would still have the Money in the Bank, and they could still be building this towards SummerSlam and some kind of finale. You could have gave them heat for their feud that way. But instead, you get the ref to ring the fucking bell, and then immediately John Cena just comes up on the apron. He doesn't even touch Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin didn't even take a glancing blow. The worst thing that he suffered was a bad look, maybe, from Jinder Mahal as he was struggling with all his strength to get his fucking ass up to the top rope and get on his feet so that the ref could ring this bell. The man couldn't even stand up, and you're going to tell me that he had the strength to hold down a near 7-foot, 200-plus pound maniac who hasn't even taken one punch, not even a fucking, nobody even blew on him. Nothing. No damage. Zero. Does that make sense to anybody else? 2 attitude adjustments. 1 from the top rope, and he was able to pin the Money in the Bank contract winner, the number 1 contender, without even touching him. With a roll-up. With a roll-up. A schoolboy fucking roll-up. Nobody is using their brain at SmackDown Live. I don't care who it was. If this was the Road Dogg's idea, if this was Michael Hayes' idea, if this was Vince McMahon's call, he needs to be removed from the seat. You just buried this kid. Oh, he's gonna be so mad at John Cena now? You needed to add fuel to the fire? You don't need to add more fuel to his fucking fire. He's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion. Beating John Cena is something he needs to do. He doesn't need to have the Money in the Bank taken away from him because of this. It makes fucking 0 sense. I don't even know what else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over again, but it's just insanity. It is pure fucking insanity going on over there. This is the worst thing SmackDown Live has ever done. For what? All for what? I need to know what the reason is. You sacrificed everything you did with Baron Corbin for Jinder Mahal to make Jinder Mahal look what? He didn't even look good in this outing. In this whole fucking thing that you scripted for the end. He didn't even come out looking good. He comes out looking lucky. Who comes out looking good in this scenario? Nobody. Cena interfered in a fucking Money in the Bank contract match, which is something that somebody who's such a straight shooter like John Cena shouldn't be doing. So he didn't look good by sticking his nose in where it didn't belong. Mr. Clean Cut fucking Soldier Boy should not be doing such things. Jinder Mahal looked like a fucking jerk off because he couldn't even get to his feet. And he wins with a stupid roll-up. And of course, who looks the worst? I need somebody to make sense of it for me because it's absolutely fucking nonsense. And I can't wait for the reports and the reasons and the shit to come out because it needs to be explained. Because this is a fucking disaster. This was garbage. This was a disgrace. I thought the first 10 minutes of the show was going to get this tirade out of me because I had to sit through 10 to almost 11 minutes of nothing. of nothing, of Jinder Mahal standing in the ring, saying nothing. He said absolutely nothing that meant anything. And then we had to watch his dancing people, and then we had to hear that singing lady. I was very, very grateful that I was on a delay. Thank you to my daughter for wanting to play Just Dance tonight, and I allowed her to do that, leaving me at least half an hour behind by the time I had to hit play to resume SmackDown Live, and I was able to skip all of this, and I apologize to all of you who were unable to do such a thing, because SmackDown has just disappointed us all, from start to finish, with one minor exception being the tag team match between the Usos and the New Day, because you could put them together and they seem to be natural opponents. They just have great chemistry. Their matches have not been repetitive. They keep pulling out some great stuff, and I'd like to see where it's going, and that's one of the few matches I'm actually looking forward to seeing this Sunday is the SmackDown World Tag Team Championship match. Even the Breezango segment tonight, the last installment of Fashion Peaks, just wasn't as funny as the rest of the shit, and it had nothing to do with anything that happened prior to the show. It's not that I was in a bad mood, nothing of that nature. It just, I mean, it had its little moments, but the other segments have made me laugh out loud. This segment was just like, okay, sure. And then the little tongue-in-cheek joke about, oh, we wouldn't want anybody to think we're just making this up as we go along, and then you obviously are. I mean, come on. We're not stupid. We know what you're doing. And, you know, the little billboard in the back is always funny. It was amusing, but it was probably the worst of the segments that they have done since they started to do this whole Fashion Police and Twin Peaks, Fashion Peaks fucking thing, however you want to describe it. It's been 3 different shows since they began. It was like Law and Order, and then it was CSI, and now it's Fashion Peaks, and next week it'll be something else 25 years in the future, but in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, 2 weeks from now. Who cares now at this point? If these guys don't start fucking wrestling, I don't want to really see it anymore. Because there's no reason to be building them and getting them this popularity and getting the people behind them and getting the fans behind them if you're not going to let them go out there and fucking wrestle. So enough is enough. Let's get them in the fucking ring in between these segments, please, because it's starting to wear thin. It's only going to be so funny for so long when you keep repeating yourself over and over and using the Ascension as a gag. The Ascension, the former badass heavy metal fucking NXT longest reigning tag team champions, are a fucking gag on SmackDown Live for Breezango's fucking dream sequences. This is the kind of booking that we are getting from SmackDown Live. And how fucking far the mighty have fallen. The once proud Blue Brand, who was doing leaps and bounds better than Monday Night Raw, has now fallen to the bottom of the fucking heap. And to fall below Raw with the way things have been going on that show is an absolute disgrace. I'm going to keep saying that word because that's the biggest word you could describe for tonight. A fucking disgrace. I've never been this fired up or this mad on a fucking episode of this show. I mean, I've been pretty mad at certain issues before, but this is something on a whole nother level. This just makes me know, as a wrestling fan, that the product that I enjoy, that the wrestling that I enjoy, the WWE that used to exist in this world is no more. They do not exist. They don't even know what to do with their own product. Last night on Monday Night Raw, we could have had upwards into the double digits of matches if they timed things correctly, but they don't. They want to show us segments and bullshit and commercials and give us less than 1 hour of total wrestling on a 3-hour wrestling show. And then tonight they just give us terrible, terrible fucking content throughout the entire show. There was nothing really good to talk about from SmackDown tonight. Nothing. Even the man, AJ Styles. That whole segment, useless. It was pretty much a repeat of what they did last week, only they had Kevin Owens hit him instead. These two things should have happened weeks ago, so that the tension could truly be built. Now there's nowhere on the show did Shane McMahon have anything to say about or to Kevin Owens. Where are we going to get that? On YouTube? On WWE.com exclusive? You gonna let him go on the network? There's no talking smack, so you can't go later on and have fucking Shane McMahon say whatever we're gonna do tonight. or at SmackDown to Kevin Owens, or give him a platform to do what he just did to AJ Styles. Their timing is off. Their booking is off. Their brains are off. If you guys agree with me, if you think I'm fucking crazy, you know I always allow you guys freedom of speech to go in that comment section down below. Let me know what you think of everything that fucking went down tonight, because obviously you know what I think. And you see how I feel. This just makes me so beyond angry and so sad. Excuse me, so sad. So fucking sad. At the state of something that I love so much. And when the things that you love start to aggravate you and start to make you unhappy, you start to question whether or not you really need these things in your life. There is good wrestling out there. And I invest all my time on the WWE. All of it. I'm a network subscriber since the first minute of the first day of the launch of the WWE network. And it has gotten progressively worse since day one. The product itself, over the last few years, just keeps getting worse and worse. It's going far beyond the whole Roman Reigns thing. It's way beyond that. He's not the only problem that this company has. This company needs to pass the torch. Because the previous generation that are sitting in their fucking chairs collecting their big fat paychecks are not being deserved anymore. They're not giving good enough reason to earn that money, because you're just giving us standard by the book garbage. And you want to, what do you want to say? You want to say, oh, well, it was unpredictable. We needed to get hype for a SmackDown before a SummerSlam? SummerSlam is the event. It is 5 days away. You don't need to cause a big commotion 5 days before the big show on a televised free TV show. You gave a Money in the Bank cash-in away for free on television, which is fine. You've done that before. We've seen cash-ins on Raw and such as that. But this incident brings it down to depths that it has never sunk before. Like I said earlier, nothing about what happened tonight made any sense at all. Right down to Natalya being booked against Becky Lynch going into SummerSlam 5 days away. Who do you think's going to get the win? They need to give Natalya the win. You're going to make the person who's challenging for the champion look like an idiot? You're going to make her look as bad as you made Baron Corbin look? Obviously not, because you gave her a win against one of the top women performers in the company. Somebody who should be in the position that Natty is in right now. But instead, Natty gets a clean victory over straight fire Becky Lynch for absolutely no reason. Just to give her momentum towards fucking SummerSlam. Only to have Carmella come out because you had Naomi at ringside and her say, oh, you're worried about this and that, but I'm the Money in the Bank, Ms. Money in the Bank, and I'm teasing the fact that I'm going to cash in at SummerSlam. At this point, does anybody care about her cash in? We don't have a Money in the Bank holder on the male side of the roster. The Money in the Bank on the female side has been a little bit less to be desired for most of us. We did not want her to be the one to have it, and that's fine. She's been actually doing okay with it. But then you bring Els fucking Worthless back, and now I don't want to see her anymore. I was finally getting accustomed to Carmella, but now she's got this fucking worm next to her again, and I don't want to see this again. I don't want to go through this again. It was grating on my nerves when he was hurt and had to go away the first time. And it gave you a breath of fresh air with Carmella, actually. She had to come out of her own, and we didn't have to worry about whatever was going on with this idiot. But now he's back, and it brings her whole stock right back down. Unnecessary. There's no reason for him to be on this fucking show. Send him to 205 Live. Get him the fuck out of here. He just makes everything worse. What else is there to fucking talk about? Nothing. Because that's what SmackDown gave us. Dancing buffoons at the beginning of the show. And let me clarify, it's not about of course, I just need to clarify this because there's going to be some idiot out there that's probably going to think I'm being racist, and I'm not. It's not about the culture or the tradition or the style of the dance or the music. It's about who it was for. It's about it having absolutely zero purpose to progress the show or storyline that he is in. It was done simply to fill time, to entertain us in a different fashion. When I'm watching a wrestling show and I get to 15 minutes of that wrestling show and I haven't seen a lick of fucking wrestling at all, you failed as a wrestling show. This show opened up as a TV show. You had Jinder Mahal just rambling on and on and on, much like I am right now. The only difference is I have a fucking point. He does not. His character doesn't have a point. He doesn't even raise his voice to the level that I'm raising mine. And I'm trying to keep it down. To have respect for the people that I live around. And my sleeping little angel who's just outside my door on the couch. I'm trying my best to rein it in. But SmackDown made it rain on my brain. And it just hurts my soul. It really, really does. Because it just is, as like I said earlier again, an example of this company being in the absolute worst shape it's ever fucking been in, period. Worse than any previous era ever. All not, and it's almost an impossibility. How can you have so much talent and so many great top of the line world famous wrestlers, excellent athletes, top stars, and give us consistent garbage trash shows? I was being nice to Monday Night Raw last night. I cannot be nice anymore. Not in this scenario. This was unacceptable on so many levels. The entire show from start to finish. Even Rusev and Chad Gable were set to go one-on-one. I was excited for this. I'm like, all right, here we go. We're going to get some good shit going on SmackDown. Here we go. And what did we get? 1 minute. 1 minute. Chad Gable gets off a great fucking suplex. Looks like we're going to pick up right where we left off last time. And they had a great match against each other last time. And what do we get? We get the burial of Chad Gable. Being placed in the accolade on the fucking announce table outside. Double count out. No winner, no loser. All for Randy Orton to come out of nowhere and RKO Rusev, making him look like a chump once again in the middle of the ring. Out of nowhere! Oh, is that why we did it? Just so they can say, out of nowhere! The Viper out of fucking nowhere! You know what's out of nowhere? Where you're fucking coming from is out of nowhere. With everything you fucking did tonight. Everything. I was very hopeful going into the start of tonight's program that they were going to give me a little bit more reason to be excited for SummerSlam, because I have no reason to really be excited for SummerSlam. We have some good matches taking place, but nothing makes sense outside of the Fatal 4-Way. It's the best thing that they've built. The Fatal 4-Way match and the Raw Tag Team Championship title match are the two stories to watch. Usos versus the New Day as well. Not for any other reason, but because they are so damn good together that they're going to tear it down. They have to. They're going to do it without even trying. So the two tag matches and the world title match, the Universal title match, the world title match, who cares? How do you not know Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win? And now there's absolutely zero threat of Baron Corbin cashing in or anything spontaneous and different happening at SummerSlam, which is where something like that should happen. Holy shit. This fucking show sucked. It sucked big time. It made SummerSlam already suck. SummerSlam already sucks. It already sucks. Because all of the things that we have been talking about and speculating towards have all been done for nothing. We got the Cruiserweight Championship match last night. We already seen Finn versus Bray Wyatt last night. We had the Fatal 4-Way thing come down to just 2 men, so we kind of already know what's going to happen at the main event of the SummerSlam. And Brock Lesnar's not losing the title. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win. What else is there? What are the Hardys even doing? I got to even go back and look. I don't even know the card. That's how fucking bad it is. I can't pull the card off the top of my head. Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks is probably going to be the sleeper match of the night. Might steal the show. Maybe. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe I just like Alexa too much. I do like Sasha as well. She's fucking awesome. Talking in-ring talent. We're not talking anything else. So calm down. SmackDown Live is a fucking disgrace. The WWE is a mess. And I'm tired of fucking talking about it. There's nothing else even worth discussing. And as you can see, I'm starting to wind down. I have to do it. I have to rein it back. Because I can't sit here getting myself all pissed off about a wrestling show all night and just keep steaming and stewing about all the things that they did wrong. And what I would have done differently. And essentially, you could have done anything else. Literally anything else. Literally. You could have, I'm sure I would have been angry, but you could have put fucking Ellsworth in the main event. That would have been better than the outcome that we got tonight. Baron Corbin is dead. He is dead in the water. There is no resurrecting him from this. Even if he's going to go out there and cream John Cena at SummerSlam, he has already been made to look like a fool. He's made to look like a chump. Beat by a roll-up without getting touched. By a beaten man. By a destroyed man. Who had barely the strength to get to his fucking feet. I'm done. That's your SmackDown Live review tonight, guys. I'm done. I'm done with it. If you want to see some more, don't forget to check out the Raw review. We put that up. We had our 1-year anniversary show. We put that up. Also went up on Monday afternoon, and invite you to take a look at that. And also invite you all to come along and join the family. If you liked what happened and you liked how I went off on my rant tonight, or you like anything else that I got up on the channel, don't forget to smash that like button. Share this video with your friends. Get the word out there about the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. And subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. Bang that little notification bell. Ring-a-ding-a-ding. And you will be the first to know every single time a new video goes live. That's going to do it. I'm done. I am Nick Nightmare. This is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones. Blew the snowball. Fucking disgraceful. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. I'm not even going to do the sign off. I'm sorry. What a fucking disgrace.